Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the show. So, last week I was trying to book a session for my kids at a rock climbing, a bouldering club up in the north of England when I go and see my family. And when I was booking, there were all these sort of options I could choose: beginner session, intermediate session, advanced session, whether it was coached or supported, or a solo free climb, whether I wanted to bring my own equipment or rent from the club. And all these decisions of which sessions to book and what features to choose, I obviously needed to base on the ability of my kids and what would work best for them and the kind of session I wanted to give them. And as we go more often, and we've been going for a little while, they improve, they get better, the sessions they can go to, sort of the variety increases, the level of support that they require changes, and we might make some investment in some kit over time, and so therefore the equipment that we might need may change. But booking some rock climbing, I need to choose the right combination of stuff so that I can then check out and buy the session, and we can go along. And when it comes to data literacy, and bear with me here, the same thinking can be applied. So, a commonly used definition of data literacy is the ability to read, write, and understand data. But I don't really think that goes far enough. I think about data in the broadest sense. And if we think that way, then literacy around data really extends to understanding its potential across the whole value chain of data, from inputting it into applications and day-to-day systems, all the way through to managing and mastering the data, to bring it into a data platform, to being able to analyze, to create sort of algorithms, to being able to analyze outputs of data, to understand data, to use that data to help make better decisions. So end to end, from creation of data through to making better decisions with data. And that's what I think data literacy is about. It's that broad understanding of where it can add value within the organization and have the ability to create, manage, manipulate, use, and then get value out of the data out the other end. That's sort of the broadest definition of data literacy. Now, people are concerned, and there's quite a lot of debate about the phrase data literacy. And some of the arguments I hear is that it implies, if you use the word data literacy, that some people will be data illiterate. Now, I think that's a bit of a red herring. So any sort of skill, it's not binary. It's not literate or illiterate, can or can't, good or bad. Data literacy, like rock climbing, is a scale from beginner to advanced. If you're beginner, that doesn't make you illiterate. It makes you less skilled at a thing, and that's quite normal. And you can build some skills to get better at that thing and become, intermediate, and build some more skills and become advanced. And data literacy is a similar thing with a similar scale. So, for those less familiar with data literacy, and to make it slightly less abstract, let's bring this back to what this is really all about. So, being good at data in an organization has one objective, and that's to apply data to problems and opportunities within the organization to improve the outcomes of the business. So, in that respect, using data is basically about improving the business. But what's the business? Well, it's something that serves a purpose, it's something that has customers, it has products, it has assets, it has employees, and all those things carry out transactions and activities. They behave in a certain way, they interact with each other. That's what business is all about, right? It's about trying to achieve some kind of outcome, and all of these things within the business interact with each other, and they produce these outcomes, right? Data is there to help better manage and improve all of that stuff. So if you can understand customers, who they are, how they interact with your organization, their behaviors, then you have a level of business literacy, which translates into a level of data literacy. The scale of data literacy I mentioned then dictates the level of sophistication you're able to better unpick, know, predict, in this example, who your customers are, what they do, how they might behave in situations, which in turn helps you provide better service to those customers and have and create better customers. So in this way, it's just a business skill, or more accurately, a broad set of skills that you can choose to pick and dial up certain ones more than others. You can choose to invest in with energy in them. You can choose to immerse yourself in them, or you can simply go on a course that tells you how to do one of the many things that you need to be good at in order to be, on the higher end of or in some level of that data literacy scale. And that all depends on your own personal and professional development, appetite, and the role that requires from you, the context that you sit within. However, there is a really important and interesting, I think, difference to consider with data literacy that isn't prevalent in other core business skills. And that is that having high levels of data literacy is fast becoming a must-have requirement across an organization. So it's not just limited to a few people and secretly building algorithms and secretly analyzing results and telling the organization what to do, but broad across an organization. And that nearly all people would have value from having a level of data literacy. It will be assessed through recruitment processes. Your CVs might be judged by it, and ultimately it will be really impactful to organizations. In the book I co-authored with Barry Green, Data Means Business, I wrote this within about this skill. So data is a business skill, a big, critical, value-adding, differentiating skill. Like understanding budgets, managing people, procuring products and services, and engaging with partners, the skill of data is something that you and your team must develop for getting and staying ahead. Data is a business profession. The industry tends to use the phrase data literacy, and this is essentially what it means. An organization is able to apply insights to a business situation in order to make better decisions. Getting value out of data is therefore everyone's responsibility. And I really believe that data literacy shouldn't be looked at this thing, which is binary. You either have it or you don't. You're either literate or you're illiterate. I think that's nonsense. And I think what it's about is creating an organization that has the skill, the capacity, the capability to make better decisions by applying data to situations. And if organizations can start to move up the capability curve with this and have way more advanced data literate people, the people on the higher up the scale, I think the better this will be for organizations to make sure they get value out of data. So I hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll catch you again soon.